are listening to the Freeform Rock Podcast with Mark Alden Taylor.
Well, good afternoon, good morning, or whatever. Welcome to another edition of the Freeform Podcast.
The Freeform Podcast. There's plenty of leaves around this area today, I guess.
Well, I'm calling it the Freeform Podcast because it's Lee's turn to pick an album, so it's all about Lee today.
Yeah, you could call it the Silly Form Podcast.
Yeah, and he picked an album called Joe E. Covington's Fat Fandango.
Yeah.
Yeah, who is this guy?
He was in Jefferson Airplane for a while. He was on their album Bark and maybe Long John Silver, and then he might have done a couple other things, but he pretty much is under the radar, and I figured this album is not one that I don't think hardly anyone ever listens to. So I thought, perfect.
Yeah, it's like, it says, Fat Fandango by Jefferson Airplane drummer Joey Covington is a major revelation, a wonderful artifact from the day when record labels allowed certain bands their own imprint and side musicians a chance to fully express their artistry. Released on Grunt in 1973, there's a smooth jazz, psychedelic to the entire project. For fans of Pretty and You Feel, Covington's FM hit Airplane composition, there's enough musical ramblings for you and messed up.
Oh well, you sound like his music sounds. So you can just say Joe E. Covington scrambled eggs, blah blah butter, blah blah pan mix much momo, and that would be fine.
All right, but before we get into this album. I went to Ace Frehley last night with Vincent Cavanaugh, my friend Tim Newbold. Most of the people here who probably know Vincent. Vincent's a cool dude, man. It was really fun. We were at the side of the stage, we could see everything. I had to move over because I wanted to see the drummer Matt Starr, because Matt Starr is a freaking kick-ass drummer. His whole band is just amazing. It's like songs Ace doesn't sing from Kiss. Two of his guitar players sing it. So it's really cool, great harmonies, great everything. But I have a question for you, Lee.
Yeah.
Before he went in to shock me, he did a little rant about. He says, "Have you watched the news lately?" He goes, "You see these people trying to rail the president with no evidence." He said, "Fucking Democrats are assholes. Democrats are assholes." And then he goes, "Well, I don't watch the news anymore, but if I do watch the news, it wouldn't shock me." And he went into the song, right? But how do you feel about artists on stage talking about politics?
I saw that part. How do I feel about it? I really don't care. I would think that, like, for instance, I went to a David Crosby show, and apparently some critics said that they didn't like how David Crosby was saying political stuff, and he went, well, he obviously didn't know what a David Crosby show is. He said, if you don't want to hear that stuff, and I'm known to be political, then you don't go there. I'd say, what I wouldn't care for is if one half of the show was just like fundraisers trying to raise money for a candidate, and then the other was music, because in that way you're kind of like, am I wasting my money hearing only a little tiny bit of music? But if someone wants to say something, I'd say Ace usually doesn't say anything political, and the fans seem to enjoy what he said, so I'm thinking it wasn't so much meant to be political, it's just meant like a friend telling opinion real quick. That's what I think.
Yeah, and it wasn't like banging
you agree?
It wasn't banging you over the head. You know, I've been to shows where
Yeah.
they talk about politics for like freaking they just diatribe on it and don't shut the fuck up. You know, Ace fucking said his piece and went right into and used it to set up the song. You know, so
Yeah.
it was like a song setup to me. You know, and he was just giving his opinion and he said, "God bless the troops and the Secret Service," and you know,
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
think
like
it's
that.
fine. I think it's cool that he did that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too. I went, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah, especially because you agree with him.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't disagree with him. I'm just saying you really agree with him.
yeah, but if somebody, if I've been to on the other side where I don't agree with them, I'm not gonna sit there. I was talking to somebody on Ralph's page, Almost Human, because I put up the video there about him saying that stuff, and he said, "Well, if the liberals were there and they didn't agree, they probably walked out." I go, "Dude, nobody walked out on it because he didn't bang them over the head with it." He said, I would never walk out of a show. I'm there for the music. If they want to talk shit, let them talk shit, you know.
Yeah.
Get to the song. They'll eventually get to the song I want to hear, you know. So
Yeah.
don't let politics divide us, man.
Yeah, I'm wondering, did he go out in the audience after so that people could meet him or not?
Oh, you have to pay for a meet and greet for that, so we were kicked out after the show.
Oh, man. Did you meet anybody from the band?
No, Matt Starr was out for a second, and then he like hid in the back, and one of his guitar players was out talking to somebody. But the people who were talking to him wouldn't shut up, so I couldn't meet him till they kicked us out. So I was like, fuck.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they just kept sitting there taking up his time. You know, I was like, what? Come on, man.
What I find is if I want to just say, like, let's say I just want to tell them I think your music's good. If they're talking and they won't shut up, I just go in and interrupt and say, "Oh, I just want to say I really love your music," and just let them know, like, I'll just interrupt them because I know that if I say that and leave, it's cool.
And the opening band was called The Hots. The guitar player was really good, but the freaking singer was terrible. Oh my god, it was like the guitar player. I was thinking, me and Vincent were going, man, singers should just shut up and just play music and not sing because the guitar player is kicking ass. And then on the back of the guitar, the singer's guitar, he wrote Ace on it and was using that to rile up the crowd. He couldn't do it with his music. He had to use Ace. Yeah, we're so happy to open up, and then he flips his guitar over. It says Ace on the back.
But that can work if your music doesn't.
Yeah, that's the only way they got.
Yeah.
Cheers. They were just pandering right there to the crowd. It was great. All right, well, let's get into this album. But before we get into this album, we have your track. And what is your track, Lee? Because I didn't write it down.
It's called Indulging.
This is Indulging by the great Lee Gershman on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
Ayo, ayo, and baked beans. On a Wednesday afternoon, after 3 o'clock, the sky is overcast. Pleasantly cool as I sit on my couch enjoying the music, indulging in the moment. A fine moment it is.
That was Indulging by Lee Gershman. So, what were you indulging on that? Tucked in shirts or vodka?
I was, I, well, I never don't indulge in tucked in shirts. I'm always, a fan of that. But I don't get sexually excited over my own tucked in shirts. And I was the only one in the room. So I guess I, didn't excite myself this time. But I was, beer and I think I was, eating some food, and pretty much, the song described what I was doing. I just decided to do a song, and so I did it. And I, beer, like pale ale, and maybe I was eating some baked beans, and then said, okay, beer, beans, and burping, but instead of burps, it was music.
Yeah, that's
so
funny.
I guess that was it.
All right, so let's get into Joe E. Covington's Fat Fandango. And let's see, we'll get into the first track is what Your Heart Is My Heart, which you picked. So Here is Joe E. Covington with Your Heart Is My Heart on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
Just mouths, and I remember only one thing, girl, and that's when I look in your eyes. When I look in your eyes, let me tell you what I see.
that was Your Heart Is My Heart by Joe E. Covington. So why did you want that track?
I thought it was really, like, it's a surprise. You listen to it and it starts out, it's kind of like a 50s do-da-da-da, like a ballad kind of a thing. And then and then it changes into this kind of a Santana kind of a rocker. But his voice is really cool. It's a lot like mine. Like, oh, your heart is my heart. And I think that's cool. Because if I have to do this podcast and people have to hear my voice, they might as well hear someone who sounds like me.
That's funny. I just put it sounds like 70s R&B. It's okay. Love the bass. Vocals not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you'll say a little more about the vocals in other tunes.
And maybe. And then drums are really good though. And the solo, it's weird, like hard rock mixed with 70s R&B. It's like this is a weird mashup. It's like you're listening to like I'm your puppet, doo doo doo, and then it's like, what the hell's going on here?
That's what I love about it.
So the next song is a cover, right?
No.
Oh, no, that's the third song. So let's get into country. What do you think about Country Girl?
Actually, none of them. I don't think any of them are covers.
Oh, okay, because it sounds weird. All right, well, Country Girl. What do you think about this one?
Oh, that one is a little more normal. Maybe not vocals, but I mean, I also like that one too. If I could have picked 5 songs from this album, I would have picked 5, but I picked the 3 that I picked. But this one is also cool. I like the way they goes like, oh, baby, my little country girl. It reminds me of one of my songs. So I really dig it.
Dang, I just thought it was okay. Nothing. It's
Damn
not bad. It's not good. It's just okay.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the next album, Moonbeam. Next song, I mean. You picked this one, so here's Moonbeam by Joe E. Covington on the Freeform Rock Podcast. was Moonbeam. Why did you pick this track?
Moonbeam, oh shine bright. If I sing that to a lady, she'll probably shut her window and not want to come out to see me. But it's a funny doo-wop kind of a weird song. I like how his voice is so weird, like it's not in tune at all.
Oh wow!
But it makes me think I'm not worse, and that's why I like it, because I'm not a worse singer than him.
But you don't try to go do high notes that you can't do. You sing in the same tone. This guy goes.
That's what I'm saying. At least I make sense.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm getting kudo points from you after you hear this.
Yeah, I've never said I didn't like the music. I just said you should have another singer sing it.
I know that, but what I mean is, should I get Joey Covington?
No.
Or should I be his singer?
Well, I don't like.
I'm messing with the minds of people who have pitch perfect sense. They'd wig out listening to this album.
Oh, my wife would totally wig out listening to this song because it's totally off key. The piano is bad. My ears are ringing. I was like, what is this freaking? It sounds like it's like that cartoon where you got that cat on the fence singing and you keep throwing tin cans at it and it doesn't go away. This is what this song reminded me of. Remember that cartoon? And you just kept throwing shit at the cat.
Yeah.
It just kept getting back on the fence. This is what this guy did to me on this song. I go, fucking get off the fence. Shut up. You're killing me, Larry.
That's funny.
All right, and then we get into the next track, which is Mama Neptune. What do you think of this one?
This one's kind of cool. This is like a steady kind of jam, like maybe like Quicksilver Messenger Service, or like one of those San Francisco groups from the 70s who did like trippy jams that kind of wander around aimlessly and don't do much, but have a good trip. And if you're on acid, it can float you downstream and you can feel mellow, man. And I like it.
Yeah, it's like after we played Moonbeam, I hope you guys are still here listening because we are funny sometimes. All right. This is what I think of it. I like this song. It's a trip. Weird Doors thing going on here. And the vocals are way better on this track.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, he actually sang in his key.
Wow. Wow, that's cool.
He didn't go off to he didn't go off in places his voice can't do.
Yeah. That's like with me. Hey lady. Excuse me, Lee, don't go places where you can't do. Talk to her instead. She's not my wife. That.
And then we flip it over if you have vinyl, and you get to Miss Universe. Miss Yaniver? What is the fucking spelling of it?
Universe.
Okay, they spelled it wrong on this one. This is why I'm like...
Oh, weird.
Yeah, this page sucks. Yeah, Miss Universe. This is a track you pick, so here's Miss Universe on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
I just love to love the universe. care. I just never loved the universe. Sure would love to love the universe. I'd love to hold her, squeeze her, really, really please her when I can. And it makes me feel so much like a man. Wow, yeah, 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 yeah.
That was Miss Universe, and why did you pick that one?
I like that because the beginning has that doo-wop thing like Moonbeam, but then later it has this kind of intensely like cool, like almost progressive rock jam thing going on, and so it's almost like it's two different songs even though it isn't. And I dig it. I like how he can change people's perception in a song. They go, and then they go, oh.
Yeah, we kind of agree on most of this album together. I said this song is like a drug trip, but I don't like the beginning with the doo-wop, it started to jam instrumentally. Cool. The song is like, take away the first half and the second half is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and that's the point. It's like, in order to get you to get more into certain music, sometimes you have to be patient and wait, and songs can change.
Well, I did that, and I like the ending of the song. And
I
don't think doo-wop and progressive rock and psychedelic rock mix. This guy,
it doesn't, but he didn't know that, and I think it's funny, and I'm weird, so I kind of dig it.
Yeah, it's.
But anybody else doing it, it wouldn't work as well. But because he has such a weird voice, it makes it work, I think, because they think, oh, okay, he's just a nut. Okay, we'll dig it. Kind of like that.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's just weird. And then we get to Hideout. What'd you think of a crook's best friend? Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is because a lot of things don't mention that part of the title. But yeah, it's called, I was going to mention, it's called Hideout, a crook's best friend. You've got a good, you've got a good source there. Yeah, that was, I was either going to pick Miss Universe or this song as my third pick, because this is really good. This is more like a regular rocker type of song. This is a little more like a jamming song. It's probably the closest to what he did in Jefferson Airplane. The stuff he did in Jefferson Airplane, I mean, that people would have to hear that in order to know what I'm talking about, because none of this sounds like it's Jefferson Airplane stuff. But this song is closest to it, and it's pretty. It's a pretty cool rocking song. I really like it.
Yeah, I was just getting a call from Russia. I don't know what's going on there. Probably some scammer. So I liked it. It was a really good jam. It was a good song. It was freaking really good. And
cool.
I have a question to ask you, because I'm seeing these when I went to the Ace Frehley. Jefferson Starship is going to be playing. Who the fuck is in Jefferson Starship? Because Grace Slick ain't doing it. Katner's dead. Ballin's dead. I don't think Craig Chiquito's in there. So who the fuck is taking on Starship's mantle?
Maybe Donnie Baldwin, who's the later drummer, not even an early drummer. but a later drummer. Maybe Pete Sears, if he still wants to do it, and maybe Mickey Thomas.
No,
And
Mickey Thomas does Mickey Thomas does his Mickey Thomas's Starship.
Oh, so he has his own Starship?
Yes.
So it's different.
Yes.
Okay. I would rather hear Mickey Thomas's Starship before hearing the real Starship. Just because I like Mickey Thomas. He did an album that nobody even knows about, but I had it back in the day, and later, if I can ever find the download or the YouTube link or whatever to it, I'll give it to you, because we should review it just because it's Mickey Thomas and nobody has it. I had the album back in the day. I got it at St. Vincent's for about $25. It was sealed. And it was an album from before he was in Starship. And I thought, oh, Mickey Thomas. Okay. So I got it. I'm proud I had it. But nobody knows about it now. But if I find it, I'd like us to review it one of these days.
Okay, I just got the Jefferson Starship webpage out. People are touring. It's David Freeberg.
Oh my God, he's still around. Shit, he's cool.
And he says David is a world-class singer, producer, composer, multi-instrumentalist. He's also a member of Jefferson Airplane and co-wrote one of Jefferson Starship's all-time biggest hits, James.
He was in Quicksilver Messenger Service.
Yeah, and then you have, like you said, Donnie Baldwin.
All right.
Okay, and then let's see. We got Kathy Richardson.
I don't know her.
She just joined Starship in 2008, anchors historic role made famous by Grace Slick. Her credits include fronting her own bands CRB, Mad Carrots, and Nelson Street Revival, producing and releasing 7 independent albums. She was nominated for a Grammy Award for Art Direction. Kathy Richardson band release. So you probably look her up because you like women singers more than I do.
I'll take a look.
And then you got Chris Smith.
I don't know him at all.
He instantly won the job of keyboardist after touring with the Supremes and Lou Bega.
I have no idea.
Yeah, and then Jude Gold, lead guitarist, joined Jefferson Starship in the summer of 2012. Was proud of rocked 18 countries with the band.
I don't know him.
Kathy Richardson's pretty hot though.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look.
She's a blonde, well, she looks way older in the picture they have down here. She looks way younger, and then you get to the picture up, and she's kind of a little chunky.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not. That's not a surprise.
She kind of started looking old with the other members.
Yeah,
weird.
It's like there's some, believe it or not, there's some people who are my Facebook friends, and they have young, really nice looking pictures on their, profile, and people might think, oh, all those pictures fake, but then I happen to see them when they were live on Facebook. No, those pictures are not fake. Those are really them, but they're older now, and those pictures are when they were younger. Mm-hmm. But still, it's their pictures. It's just when they were younger. But hey, I'm still cool with them when they don't act party and smart alecky with me.
Yeah, but, I'll send you the link to their website so you can check it out.
Okay, but like Johnny Baldwin, he's like, he's okay, but I mean, David Freiberg, just the fact that David Freiberg is still doing music, if they were playing for like $20 in a nightclub close enough to where I live, I'd see them just to meet him.
Man, yeah, because I don't think they're that expensive, but you could probably check it out.
Yeah, because he's worth seeing. I'd like to meet David Freiberg.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'd go.
So they basically got two members who were in some sort of Jefferson Starship or had something to do with them.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. And Mickey Thomas has his own thing called Mickey Thomas's Starship.
I would go to see him too, if they play in the club, and I could meet him. Yeah, I would do that.
All right, we digress. Let's get back to this Joe E. Covington album now. It's just got on a little rant talking about stuff. 'Cause you said,
but hey, it's related because it's the same group.
Yeah,
kind of.
True, and we just give people information that Jefferson Starship is still touring.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. You're on your game tonight, Mark.
Yeah. Well, I didn't drink before this episode because I got to go to the DMV and get that stupid California Real ID today. Yeah.
Well, I did because I don't have to go to the ID. I told them, "Fuck you all. I ain't going to your ID." I said, "I'm an idiot down," and they went, "Okay, buddy."
Well, it's a freaking law from 2003 or 2004 from Homeland Security that you have to, every state has to have the same type of real ID. And California, of course, is the last one to do it. You know, everybody else got their shit together except my state.
Who? What did you say? It sounded like you said Grant Morrison.
No, I'm saying California is the last state to comply with it as usual. They're the stupid idiots here.
But since I misunderstood, I could call a new group Grant Morrison and the California Idiots and just do a CD.
That's funny.
But anyway, go on.
All right, let's get to the last track on this album, Vapor Lady. What'd you think about this one?
That one's really cool. That one's also kind of, it starts out kind of slow-ish, but dreamy in a weird, like a dreamy song. Like, oh shit, this ain't no air supply. We must have taken a lot of hallucinogenics. And then it kind of gets a little bit more intense and heavy as it goes on. And I really dig it. I think it's a really good jam. I like that song a lot.
Yeah, the vocals are terrible though, but the song is good. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And the vocals stop me from listening. This is like the longest song on the album too. I'm like, what? It's 8 minutes and 8 minutes of this guy singing. Come on, please. Why can't he go back to the other song where he sang in his range and it was all puppy dogs and fairy tales and sugar and spice and his voice sounded nice. You know, fuck, man, this guy's voice is like,
I thought that was my fun.
Is this revenge for Fairpoint Convention?
Well, what I'm saying is my coughing right now and my cold is revenge for putting this album out on you. But right. I mean, well, it's. I guess I just thought that it would be interesting and fun for you to hear someone else who would at least make me not sound quite as bad. But I do like the album, and I thought it would just be. I thought no matter what you thought of the songs, I would be entertained by what you said.
Yeah, but
so the album wanted to pick an album that you wouldn't anger me with any of what you said.
But I like this. But I like it better than Fairpoint Convention. So, there's more jamming on this song.
You know what?
What?
I'm not angry at you for saying that. Believe it or not, because that means you like Fairport Convention. No, you like my singing more than you like Fairport Convention.
I already told you that.
Which you didn't tell me that, and don't get me angry, but but no, I'm kidding. Actually, yeah. I have to pick another Fairport out. Fairport, because you keep saying Fairport. It's Fairport.
Fairport. Okay.
But anyway, I'll have to pick another album sometime, but I won't do it right away, because then you'll pick another Bon Jovi. So I have to not put too much fire under the kitty. But the thing is, I thought this was an album that we needed to do, because nobody usually hears it, and I think it's a good album to review. And I dug what you said. You entertained me with your opinion. So kudos to you.
Well, this album was Joe E. Covington, vocals, drums, Senator Patrick Craig, keyboards, Stevie Midnight, guitar, and Jack Pendergrass, bass, if you want to know. And that was our review of Joe E. Covington's Fat Fandango, and now let's get into our tracks of the week. And you picked a weird track that I found kind of Devo-ish, but it was pretty cool. It's called Lothar.
Really?
Yeah, the band is called Lothar, and the Hand People, and the song is called Machines. It sounds like a song Devo would do.
Most of Lothar's songs were like kind of, well, they were from the 60s. and I might just decide to do a Lothar album, but you wouldn't like it. I wouldn't necessarily like it either. We would be doing suck on it. But that one song though is interesting.
And yeah, it's a pretty cool track. And then since this album had such frickin' is like low high, I needed to get raw. I need to clear my palate. So I'm picking Airborne. Back on the bottle.
You know what? That was a good song you picked.
Yep.
That's one of the first good songs you picked as your track of the week.
Yeah, Airborne's a band out of Australia, kind of AC/DC-ish, with a hard rock vibe, with that frickin' riffage from hell.
I'll have to look into them. You finally picked a group that I'm going to look into more.
All right. So, and next week I already got my album picked. I want to go hard 90s. So I'm picking Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power.
Oh, that's interesting, because I know of the group, but I don't know that album. So that will be is Phil Anselmo on it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll dig it then.
Yeah, so we'll pick that record and we'll get into it, and maybe we could get like Bushy to get on it. I don't know if he's busy or not, but that'd be awesome to have it.
But he's cool.
Yeah, Bushy rocks. All right. Yeah. Let's get going so we could get people out to do their work, whatever they need to do, or if they're driving the car, we didn't bore them too much. So until next,
getting away from my burping.
Yeah,
until I'm burping, but it won't be for long, folks.
And until next week, say goodbye, Lee.
Bye till next week.
We like to say fuck you. Okay. All right. All right. Take it easy, and next week we'll be playing some hard shit for you. Later.
You have just listened to the Freeform Rock Podcast. All music played on the Freeform Rock Podcast belongs to its owner. If you like it, go out and buy it. Get your music on Amazon, iTunes, or at your local record store. Support what you love. Support the artist by seeing them live. Purchase their music. The Freeform Rock Podcast is not affiliated with any of the artists or music that we play. Thank you for listening to the Freeform Rock Podcast. We'll see you on the next episode. Until next time, stay free and rock on.